So we join back in as Tenebrice continue to try and escape with a threat to pay a visit to Dimitri and speed up the meeting maybe. The group spurred into action trying to stop him, each trying to get to the front door to try and stop any exit while Arthur closes in behind. Volu being a crafty son of a gun. And Eleni managing to get the power cell into place and reactivating the golem while trying to fend off the weird goo corruption creature. As we join in, we are on Dante's turn, so I will once again move you off the map.
Do we need to disconnect?
You shouldn't need to disconnect unless it's like really necessary. But for the most part, it's long corridors.
For all we know, he's fallen down a pit now, so it's just a completely different area.
Could you imagine if Tenebrice just got trapped in a hole and he's like, "Let me out, please."
That'd be good.
I promise.
Okay, so what would you like to do? If it's anything that we can do through message, if it's something like a prepared cast or anything like that, then do it that way. You definitely glimpse and hear the call from Sir Arthur at the other end of the corridor. No, sorry, the pulse of locate.
Yeah.
But you heard him turn up. Sorry, is what I meant.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then in that case, I'm going to show myself.
Okay.
And just like step out and just kind of go, hello. And then I'm going to move. I think I'll just move there. And,
okay.
And action.
And then same idea as before?
No, because I'm not in any way of being able to do that. Plus, they know where I am now, so that's why I'm planning for something different.
Okay, no worries.
And I'm messaging you what I'm doing.
No worries. I will hide you up once more. And
I mean, for the sake of our audio listeners, do you want us to take our headphones off and you can
No,
describe
this is fine.
But this one's very close to reveal. It's not going to take
okay
too much of time to as it is Sir Arthur. Well, it's going to be Volu then Sir Arthur, so it's not long until audience might find out what's going to happen. So Volu, you heard the footsteps of Sir Arthur running that way. You can hear Ichi running forwards.
Yeah, I'm focused on something else I'm hearing.
Yeah, and remember with that you get to obviously you get to respond. You can
I'll just say out loud where the bullets ran away from. Okay. Very dangerous. As many as you can.
Okay. And then move and action, you've got everything if you want to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Can you put me back on the map so I can see?
Oh, sorry, yes. My apologies.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, do it blind.
How far is that? I would be in the middle of that square, essentially.
Yeah.
Move, bonus move. Move, action move, correction.
Yeah.
And
just
then,
rounding that corner, basically.
yeah, and I'm still too far away.
You would see Sir Arthur.
Yeah, he's technically because
he is 40.
Still 60 because he's
60 feet away because he's 50.
We'll call it 50 because it's two full 40 squares in between, but he wouldn't have gone to the other end of that 60 squares. Do you know what I mean? Because he's planning to. You can see he's halfway down. He's gonna go down this thing here.
I'll just shout and hope he hears. Delay as much as you can.
They would almost look that they've registered, but don't respond.
Oh, wait.
Okay. Okay. After which it is Sir Arthur. Oh no, sorry, to the golem. Because the golem suddenly burst into life and just starts tearing pieces of the corruption up out of the floor, throwing it bit to the side. And while it did seem that only the fire for you guys had been so far effective, the golem's hands also, as they just rip chunks of it out as it tears. But for, I think, hey Lenny, just because your perception is quite high, because the golem is like just powering up, it's not full glow.
Yeah.
It has like a central glow in its chest, but its hands are glowing already. And it's almost like it powered up the like the important bits.
Yeah.
And just started. As it is going to. So this isn't actually attacking the creature itself, because obviously it doesn't really. It's not processing. It's just clearing corruption.
No, that's
but
all
you're
good.
gathering that this, and for Eleni, you'd be gathering that this is probably how it's staying alive so long, even while the golem was tearing it through, is the golem can't differentiate, it seems, between what is just corrupted and what is the creature.
No, it's all good.
But
Any distraction is welcome. So yeah.
It does clear a 10-foot section as it
Excellent.
starts sweeping forwards. Okay. After which, Sir Arthur. So for all of you would see Sir Arthur burst forward, sprinting 40. And his turn is going to end at the edge. He's almost like hand on the corner, moving round.
Oh, that's going to be funny because I didn't actually say that's kind of where I am. But just
so he would come straight face to face with you with only a bonus action. As he jumps back. Let me see if he's actually got anything.
Can I describe what he sees?
Yeah, go ahead. As he comes on the corner.
So as he just turns the corner, what he comes face to face to is Tenebris. And next to him, Tenebris. And next to him, Tenebris. And behind him, Tenebris.
As the 5 forms of Tenebris stand before Sir Arthur, his eyes darting back and forwards between the targets. He's going to try it again. As you see once again, Tenebris as he motions into like shield and sword defensive position, but he scrapes his sword just across the top of the eye. And again, for Tenebris, who's seen Ichi do this so many times, their symbols are different. And for somebody like Tenebris that understands iconography and symbolism and like the importance of that shit, it is distinctively different. Can you give me a? It's going to be almost. I'm going to say it's an investigation to see if you can determine what the difference is as it rips across and a wave ripples out towards you.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought it was a 10, but it was 17, so that's 23.
Okay, so I will message you about what that difference is.
Cool.
However, the wave that washes over you, can I get a wisdom save, please?
17.
You just as you feel almost like a binding lock trying to not paralyze you, but you would probably recognize as, again, Tenebris has fought knights like this before. They often lock you into not being able to run away from them. So you can still fight, and as long as you keep fighting, you're able to move, but it locks you into a distance as you almost succumb and are able to resist it. So that is him. He will call out more probably to Volu. He's not trying to scream so everyone hears it, but and I'd say for Tenebris, you would tell that he's calling to someone he knows is following, as opposed to screaming out for help, right?
Mm-hmm.
As he just says, end of the corridor, right hand side. He just calls that out. Volu, you would hear that. Ichi, I don't think you would at your sprinting and your distance now. As we come to Ash. Ash is going. Oh, Ash doesn't know. Ash is a little unsure now that the golem is moving on. Ash is going to. Ash is going to move to here, the sort of just past the golem, and then they're going. Oh, yeah, they don't even know if this will really work. They're going to. You see, they pull out like a sort of. They pull out a hand crossbow, like one of the ones that you saw Sir Arthur using earlier, although like canned rather than full form. And you'd see that they hold Eleni as they're sort of like they don't have a great sight line to where it is in the ceiling.
Yeah.
But you see that they're almost just waiting for when you go, they'll go, and their eyes will flare, and you'll see the end of their bolt light up, ready.
Okay.
As it's almost like they're prepping again. They know their fire doesn't do the same or as quite as effective, and as if on cue, the goo immediately springs into action.
Yeah.
So Eleni is going to try and move past and away from you towards the power cell. However, that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
And it will cause the attack from Ash to go off.
Okay. So, I mean, I've got my quarterstaff in my hand, so I'm going to have to use that to attack it. 11. Okay,
so you swipe with the quarterstaff, and it's almost expecting as it ducks around, and a bolt into it from the side as you see that strike does hit, and seems to be effective as the creature pushes to the side, but it does push up, and it almost climbs all the way up and starts trying to reach into the power cell. Doesn't have contact yet, but it's like almost Eleni now. Whereas before it was like merged into the floor and stuff, it's almost like looking at a stringy bit of chewing gum that's now almost climbing over your mage hand to like press its body over the power cell, but it doesn't have full contact just yet. As we come to Ichi with Eleni on deck.
You know it. You guessed it. We're running. That's 10, 30, 50, 70, 80.
I know, say like Volu's only going to be like round the corner type thing, but I really kind of did want to see, say, like just a one-on-one match with Arthur.
Have you seen how
you
far
might-
that is?
Yeah, you might still be. You guys, literally, you and Arthur attacking and moving, still outruns.
I'm like,
you know what I mean? He only gains 10 foot on you every round if you just move once.
Yeah.
He's a human running after
but-
two kaijus fighting.
But I mean, I've played a cleric. They don't need to get close to me. They've got distance spells.
They just need
Yeah,
line of sight.
but also,
but you
Tenebrae's
keep
also-
ducking around
Tenebrae-
corners.
Tenebrae
Hey, I'm
also
not the
knows
one that
this.
made this map.
But yeah, Tenebrae also knows this, don't they? So, top of the round. Sorry, Ichi's move, so onto Eleni.
Right, okay. So I am gonna move the last 5 feet up to, and I appreciate that's double movement, so it'll spend 10 feet of movement to get there. Use my free item interaction to lock the thing into its container.
Okay, as you sort of having to like push it aside as you press it and you lock it in.
Yeah.
As you lock it in, there is a pulse, and for a second there's like that same ripple that you saw a few hours ago for Eleni, but a few weeks ago for us players, as the tunnel sort of ripples into its almost more liquid form. The golem fully powers up and starts going, but Eleni, there's almost like a vibrational feedback.
Okay.
And you just start to glow and glow and glow, and your eyes sort of glow over, and you're struggling to get any sort of sight out. And as your eyes clear, you're floating. You currently have a fly speed of 30 feet. And as you look, large silver spectral wings with flecks of blue and silver running through them seem to be emanating from your body.
How are my moths reacting right now?
As you try to focus on them, that is your moth.
Oh, fuck. So this thing likes my moths. It likes me. This isn't like an attack.
For Eleni, there's definitely a difference between whatever the energy cell is. Every other room has been very against anything other planally.
Yeah.
It almost felt like your moths were able to eat up the energy.
Ooh.
And as the whole tunnel does ripple and Eleni becomes very aware of where she is, as bits start throwing down and out in where you are right now, you still have movement and bonus.
When you say
Well, you have
throwing
all your
down,
action. You've only moved 5 foot. Yeah.
yeah. When you say throwing down, what
So
do you mean?
there's almost, rather than being in that stationary like vine stain on the wall, they're almost becoming more liquid and to life, and things are starting to whip across, and it's becoming a lot more like before it was just hard to move.
Right.
Now that bit just shot down at you, and
Okay.
but the whole tunnel's sort of starting to react more violently.
Am I able to, if I'm more aware, am I able to identify where the creature is as opposed to just the corruption?
As you look and you sort of open your eyes, first of all, I don't know if you did. Did you have dark vision already?
None of us have dark vision.
No one has dark vision. No.
You do now.
Ooh. I'm liking
And
this.
as you sort of look over, there are two things you're sort of seeing. Firstly, there are almost like flecks of like silver and white little dots, almost like spores in the air. but you're almost like that. You're not worried by them. You feel like they've always been there, but there's almost like trails of them. And as you sort of like looking over them, there's like flecks of different, maybe other planes, maybe the ethereal, maybe the astral. You sort of like seeing different flecks as it moves past you. And as you sort of look back and focus, the creature is like, the actual creature now is black, almost like infected skin black, as opposed to the red it was. And it's now clear as day on that red surface.
Then I want to attack the creature.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to quarterstaff it because it would be a pain to have to get my bow out or anything else. But yeah, I'm gonna attack the creature. Jesus Christ. First one's a 10. Second one's a 15.
Okay, so the first one, it ducks to the side as you clatter off the wall, and then the second swiping into it as you hit with a solid strike.
Okay, so that's only 4 damage from the quarterstaff, but I am going to send my moths after it to do an additional d6 damage. So another 3 damage from the moths.
As you swipe out with the moth, again, it's almost like before. You have your sort of adult moths and the smaller ones, and it's now like all of them are in like adult form. As you sort of swiping out with full energy, the creature does. So the quarterstaff again seems less effective than you want it, but the moths seem to penetrate straight through.
Excellent. Does it look damaged? Do I look like I've hurt it?
In terms of like the body and stuff, not really. It's hard to tell because it's just scratches and scriggles of like gum almost. But in the way it's moving, yes. If you almost imagine when you hit it before and it retracted into the floor, it was that swift movement as if you ducked back. When you just clattered it, do you know when you like hit something and it almost like falls from the surface instead of being able to keep its grip? There was that just then, rather than so it's almost in the way it's acting. It does seem a little injured.
Right. In which case, I'm going to float back. I'm watching it and I'm holding my quarterstaff, but I'm floating back 20 feet because I used 10, so I've got 20 left.
It's going to attempt an attack of opportunity on you two, and it's going to try and grab you. So can you make an athletics or an acrobatics as it sort of sends out the strings, but more to grapple you up than to damage?
Rubbish. That's 15.
Yeah. Eleni, almost like it was waiting for it as I just nat 20'd, but luckily on a grapple rather than on any sort of attack. Right. But the spray, almost like it's almost, you've seen it before, spray out the bits of web, or like the bits of goo, but in here, it almost makes a perfect net around you. It's just like, and just sticks you in as you aren't able to move any further.
So I can't remember for some reason, Liam, but is pulling a weapon, is that a bonus action? So if I
so if you drop, it's an item interaction if you drop
the one I've got,
the thingy, but obviously you've already item interactioned. So I'd say yes, you could do it as your bonus if you want to use your bonus to do it.
So, because I'm thinking that the bludgeoning damage isn't really doing very much.
I would say Eleni's fought enough things by now to know it's less about the bludgeoning and more about the magic versus not magic. Especially seeing that your moths did full damage, if that makes sense.
so in which case it might not matter then. I'm just thinking I have a better hit rate with the dagger than I do with the quarterstaff because I'm not very strong.
I mean, you could, yeah, you
but
can
then
go.
it's less damage
fully,
if I
fully
do hit.
subscription. Tenebris, you are up next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to swap the quarterstaff for a dagger. Just to have the dagger in my hand. Gives me a better chance maybe of hitting it.
Okay.
So that's my bonus. But yeah, that's me done that round.
Okay, Tenebris, as this knight stands in front of you.
Sword kind of like in, say, hand. Spin it round a little bit. And I'm just going to go down for a slash and a slash.
Okay.
I believe. I mean, that was, yeah, that was, I haven't got my stats up. Oh, +6, so 19.
Misses as he brings up the shield and parries away.
Okay. That one is a natural 20.
Very nice.
So
Oh, we're in range. He's going to use his reaction. One-time use, just turns a crit into a normal hit. As you see something, an amulet on his neck. As you're like, literally, it's like an
how many
amulet
of
on
these
his.
things does he have? He's literally be pinged off so many of these types of stuff.
Yeah. As long as you get them out your bag and they're not an attuned item, you can carry as many fucking things as you want.
So that was,
But it's still a hit.
yeah. So that's 14 points of normal damage and 6 points of fire damage, which obviously gets reduced. And then I'm assuming I don't get the crit table thing if he's not.
No.
And I want to bonus action. Bonus action. Do my kind of push, but I don't want to push him back. I want to push him to the floor. By the way, he does lose 10 feet of his movement speed because I've slashed him.
Yeah.
So take a strength save. I'm going to assume he saves from that, but it's worth a go.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what mine is, but I know it's not going to be that. Oh, right. Okay, cool. I'm going to do my brand of castigation on it.
Okay.
So
remind me of what that does.
So once per short or long rest, whenever you damage a creature with your weapon which has your right, which I currently have, you sear an arcade brand into the creature. Your brand has the
I
following.
remember this. You always know where they are and such, right?
You always know the direction to the branded creature as long as it's on the same plane as you. Each time the branded creature deals damage to you or another creature within 5 feet of you, the branded creature takes 3 psychic damage.
How long does that last?
So it's that.
How long does that last, sorry?
Just indefinitely. It says there's no time limit on it. It's until it doesn't even say it runs after you sleep. It says that after a short rest I get it back. But whenever you damage creature, your brand. Oh yeah, your brand lasts until you dismiss it, or until you apply a brand to another creature. That's it. Like your brand can be dispelled by dispel magic, and is treated like a level 3 spell. So it's just on him indefinitely until he gets dispelled, or until I take it off him.
I'm just gonna have a quick read because that is mad, but yeah, you might be right. Yeah, ban lasts until you dismiss it, or until you use this feature to apply it to another creature. Okay, nice. Very nice.
Oh, damn it. Critical hit thing. I thought there was something else with my slasher. You grievously wound it until the start of your next turn.
Yeah.
The target has disadvantage on its attack rolls. Right, okay, well, then, so I've done my action of that. I'm going to take my movement.
Yeah.
I will take the attack of opportunity. And I'm going to back down the way only like one step kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, that is my full movement, isn't it? It's 40 feet. So
you probably only got about 30 there. Oh no, you were at the start of the other one, weren't you? Yes,
Yeah.
you have basically done a full 40, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in which case, after Dante, it is Volu. So Volu, I'd say that you've heard some sword swings, but like again, it's just there's not much sound other than that coming from that direction.
Yeah, other than matey boy saying that way, I probably wouldn't have got it. What is that?
Yeah, so he's currently space 80 from you right now. But you can see him. He's stood in like a battle pose as if he will, like literally just deflecting things.
Yeah, I can see Sriracha, I can't see I can't see Dante.
Nope.
Please, my name.
I'm not close enough to do anything. Can I just inspect what is happening and see if I notice anything?
What you're looking for exactly? You can make me a perception, but you try to figure out what. I'd say that make me a perception. I'll tell you that. I'll give you what.
I want to see if Zarata's wounded or like, because I've been hearing
you can give me a perception for those sorts of things.
Yeah. Good thing I can re-roll nat ones. Can't re-roll a 3 though. 3. What is it? Perception. So +3, 6.
Okay, so it's really hard to tell with all his armor. There's like a little bit of blood splatter on the floor, but he doesn't look injured at all. You can tell that he's facing this way as opposed to upwards or anything like that. He's definitely faced with his back towards the north. But yeah, other than that, really hard to pick out. Sorry, bro. Big maps are not fat halfling friendly. As we come back to the Golem just keeps sweeping and clearing. Is almost sort of pushed forwards by the Golems, barreling forwards. As it's just again sweeping and clearing more of the corruption away. Although again, he doesn't seem aware of anything other than just clearing it.
Is the creature responding to the golem at all, or is he just concentrating on me?
At the minute, you and the power source. But again, it's Make me just a straight intelligence here, Lenny.
Okay.
As Ash is going to take a shot, another. Okay, you see, Ash takes a shot from the back with his crossbow, but the gloop swoops to the side and dodges it.
That was a nat 20 for a total of 21.
Okay, very cool. Hey, Lenny, first of all, it's almost like hundreds of you are thinking.
Okay.
And almost like you ponder the question in your head and something replies the answer. But it sounded like you and it feels like you and you trust it. You think it's right. But in the same way that your moths were almost able to energize off that energy, it's almost like that's just pure magical energy.
Right.
And it almost gives you the impression that maybe the creature is slightly injured and needs to recharge before it goes for the golem.
Ah, okay. And sorry, I'm happy for you to not tell me this much, but do I think it can recharge from the battery
In the very same way
the
your moth.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, not through it. That's so you know that. So from what Dante told what Tenebrae told you previously, the creature interacting with the battery in the cell was giving it enough power to just like generate stuff and gloop and things like that. But it's clearly trying to get the core touch, which you don't know what that would do to it as a.
Okay.
But in the same way as you didn't know that it would do this to your moths.
Yeah.
No, if you're thinking about that same increase in energy.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
The goo. Yeah, so the goo having you sort of caught is gonna shoot out what another as it sinks away from the power cell for a second and moves up the wall, firing off another one of those columns of like flesh and such. Can you make me a dex save at disadvantage this time because you are still grappled by goop?
Okay. So that is a 20.
Okay, so you almost just like floating through the air as the slides past you. Again, Eleni, while the goo is definitely sentient as it's using tactics, like it fires that off at you, and while you're dodging, it's moving to try and get a different angle at the power cell as it's sort of shifting round. It's almost still animalistic and primitive, and it's sort of like it did just run away and wildly throw something at you while it ran away from you. It wasn't necessarily like tactically thinking, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But you think there's definitely a level of consciousness there for sure.
Okay.
As we come to top of the round, Ichi with Lenny on deck. So Ichi, obviously there's going to be some more running.
Certainly. How did you know?
I've just got that. As you get 30 forwards and you step into the junction, you would notice the lighting now that all the power's back on, and because you're not being illusioned by it at all. Before, when you were moving through these corridors, there were always lighted rooms up and down the sides. As you step in, they just lit up. So you think potentially if you were illusioned when it went off, and then it's just running since, but then obviously since you've been further on, they pulled the power battery out and you basically took the batteries out of the whole place. You think that might be like the mazy illusion-y thing activating, because nothing happens, it just all goes on.
Okay. Interesting.
And as you look, you would see the stretch down to where you know is the crystally room. You would see, obviously, from what you can view, you can maybe only view down to like this section, but you can tell that it goes further on. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
look like it comes to an end. It looks like it's a wide corridor still, just further than you can see. And you can't hear anything.
He's just going to continue going towards the main exit. So that's 30. That'll be 50. That'll be 70. And then that'll be 80.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a fucking steam train, just booking it.
Yeah, nice. No castings, no nothing of any of that sort.
Nothing. That's action to dash.
Okay.
Not
no
using my
worries.
bonus action for anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, paladins don't get. Well, they do, but it's all about attacking in the most cases.
Yeah, I'm spent for spell slots. I've got nothing.
Oh no! Who did that?
Okay.
I just need to get him in my
Oh,
sight.
if only you could see my hit points as well, Dante. Or should I say Tenebris? If only you could see how fucking weak I am right now.
I'm really glad that you're not near me then. Because honestly, I really don't want to kill anyone.
Why do you think I'm getting ahead of you, so you have to go through me?
Okay. Eleni.
Okay. So
The creature itself has sort of moved to maybe 20 feet away from you. It's almost left the goop behind that kept you stuck.
is it going back to the source?
It's over the top of, yeah, it's like going back over the top, and it's looking like it's ready for another attempt
am I
to
still
get
grappled?
at it. Technically, yeah. No, I'm going to say not grappled. It's half speed if it leaves the gloop behind. Because it basically just becomes that same non-moving offensive stuff that is just gloopy and sticky.
Even though I'm floating. Okay.
No, yeah. This deep in, it's filling the corridor.
Okay, I am going to then. I'm going to go back into the room. Obviously, only 15 feet because half speed.
Yeah.
But I'm floating still. I'm not touching the ground.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a dagger at the creature.
Okay.
21.
Easy as you straight up sinking it into the spot that it's almost just emerging from.
So then, I think that did roll damage, but I'm just trying to. Come on.
Yeah, I can't see it.
No, it's like it's tried to roll it, but it's not rolled it. Let's try that again.
It's blank. Yeah, try it again.
It's
Nope, did it again.
It's not even rolling on D&D Beyond, which is a pain in the neck.
Just roll yourself a d4.
1d4 plus 3. D4 plus 3.
Are you doing damage with your mossies, or are you doing something else with them?
Well, yeah. Let's see if I can get.
Just throw that. Roll.
Right. So that's a 7 damage from the dagger.
7. Yeah.
And then yes, I'm gonna do the D6. From the moths. Eventually.
Okay.
Oh, damn, that was rubbish. So just another 1 from the moths.
As the moth begin to chew through it, you see it does, and just all that black that you're seeing in your vision just disapparates.
Like
and the
all of
creature
it?
seems to be done. All of it.
Ooh. Does the stuff, if it's still
you
grappling me, the stuff that had me before?
So the stuff that's still grappling you, and the walls and everything, they're still corrupted. It's still sticky and oozy and gooey. So you're still like covered.
But does it feel like it's
and
still being manipulated? Is what I'm thinking, rather than, because I know it's there, but it felt like the creature was using it before.
Give me a perception, because give me a perception, because everything's still moving, but you might
17.
Okay, so you scan around, and there's no signs of any more of the blackened areas.
Okay.
but you think so that, but everything is still moving and wiggling, and the tentacles are still reaching and grasping. You think that's more the power being on thing than a
Okay. So I've got no movement left, but I've still got an attack. But I can't hold that, can I? Because I'd have to hold a whole action.
Yes, true.
All right. I am going to take out my longbow because I dropped the quarterstaff. And I'm going to stay where I am, but just wait to see whether it's tricked me. I'm not convinced that it's actually gone. So I'm just going to stay in this chamber and next round start to move out. I will shout back to Ash. I think it's dead. Where are the others?
Ash would. They went past the fire. It is still going.
Okay. I'm going to try and come back to you. But yeah, that's me done, Liam.
Okay. After which, Dante. Tenebris, sorry.
I was just about to say, isn't it the guy's turn? Because he hasn't been since I hit him.
Arthur.
Yeah.
When does Arthur go?
Did I?
He goes after me.
Yeah, I skipped it for some reason. I actually don't know why I've done. I jumped a bunch of people. I jumped to the golem. I did golem and then Ash instead of Arthur. Sorry, I'll do Arthur now. So his movement's down to 30. So he'll go 20 and then 10. As he does, you see he drops his sword, and again, as you've been witnessing this whole time, it does that a loop manifests on and catches itself on his belt. As he reaches back, pulls out a throwing axe and just launches it straight towards you. So 18 on the first on that throw, as it's over the shoulder. Yeah, that is. Yeah, he doesn't want to get too close to you just yet, and he doesn't want to get too far away from. Okay, yeah, that's him for now.
Now it's Dante.
Now it's now it's Dante. Now it's Tenebris.
$30, yeah. Then I'll go 30 feet up to him.
Oh, sorry, he's not 30 feet from you, right?
Oh, no, sorry.
He's like 10. He moved 30 foot towards you. So
sorry,
like
yeah, no,
foot,
I'm so yeah, okay, I'm gonna go up to
10
him.
foot towards him,
Yeah. Roll. That's a 7. That definitely did not hit.
No, as he's parried aside.
That's a natural 20.
Woo!
Don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
The blue one.
Yeah.
So firstly, the 10 speed off again for next turn. Oh, nice. 6 and a 5. So 11, so that's up to 22 plus 4. So that's 26 points of damage. Then it's the additional 6 points of fire damage, which goes up to 12 points of fire damage, which then goes up down to 6 points of fire damage because of its resistance. I'd like to roll a D100, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
95.
Ooh.
Nice.
The
What is
target
95?
is dazed by your
Damn.
attack and will only be able to choose to move or dodge on their next turn.
Okay. As these two strike across him, he's defending and deflecting.
And what was that thing? Thing about his speed. So until the start of my next turn, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls, which is kind of like
He can't
nullified.
attack, but
Yeah.
Okay. Any movement? Any bonus?
Oh. This is a good opportunity, so I'm going to say he's just going to stay where he is. He will do. He'll just. Do force push again to see if he can push him over. Same spot, just prone in front of him.
18.
Yeah, he beats that easily. Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. After which, Volu. You're muted.
Move, action, move. That takes me just a easy bit forward than that. To there. And
I'd say actually, as you get to there is quite a large spray of blood that you almost just see the vapors of in the air around the corner.
oh yes.
As he definitely was just hit. Arthur was definitely just hit with something.
Yeah. I am going to bonus action Grasping Vine.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I can place that 30 feet away from me, which would put it right behind Arthur. And then it lets me.
Remember, Arta's 30 feet down the corridor.
No, he moved.
No,
he's there.
That took him just round the corner.
Right, I keep getting confused.
He had to go forwards and then round to get
Right,
to.
okay, sorry, my bad.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, he's 10 feet into that corridor, so me throwing it puts it 10 feet behind him.
Yeah.
Which means it is within range. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not.
What does it say?
Keep forgetting about these 20 feet. It's 20 feet, so
Yeah, sorry.
I've spotted there's a lot of blood, so maybe I can still use this thing. I'm going to chuck it 20 feet in front of me.
Grasping Vine a bonus action?
Yeah.
This is a different. I think this is one of his abilities, I'm assuming.
Yeah, my bonus action is Grasping Vine. Because I'll throw it here. Can I? What do I do? Little.
I believe Grasping Vine is an action to cast and then a bonus action to manipulate every time.
That was what I was thinking.
No, says casting time a bonus action.
Oh, they might have updated. Oh, yeah, because they've updated spells on D&D Beyond, haven't they? So
I think
all the
even
spells are the
Legacy.
new version.
even really nice.
Let me check the Legacy version.
But also, if
But
it's
even
not
so-
just a spell, if it's one of his things.
It says casting time is one bonus action.
Yeah, I've seen the same thing.
Yeah, no,
nice.
and there isn't a Legacy version, so they haven't updated it.
Beautiful.
But yeah.
So what I'm going to do
It says
is
it's from the Druid and Ranger spell list. So it's just no.
How do I do the little ping thing?
I mean, it might be that it's only a new one, but either way.
Yeah, so like I'm going to put it. I'm going to move myself like quickly just to show. I'm going to put it there.
Okay.
and then I'm gonna, because it says I can change the target. So initially, it's going to grab Sir Arthur and pull it towards it. He has to do a Dex saving throw.
Okay, and I think as he sort of looks and sees you doing this, he's going to choose to fail it.
Is there anything I can do for that? A reaction?
No, because he's being forced out by not his own will, so it's not an attack of opportunity. It'll
Okay.
thingamajibberly. How much does it move him as he sort of just lets it drag his hulking form backwards?
It moves him. So he has to be 20 feet away from it, but then it moves it just towards as much as possible. Grasping vine, what's it say? The creature must succeed. Oh, so 30 feet is for it to target, and then it can pull him 20 feet back.
Okay, so it pulls. So as slide them right back to you. As he sort of like slides to you, he will very quietly under his helmet say, "Thank you." You would hear the deeper breath.
Do I see? Oh, yeah. Do I see Volu?
I would say
You see the
you
vine.
don't see Volu, but you see the sort of green spectral energy you have come to know is Volu. Annoyingly, his little small pitter-pattery feet don't make much echo in these large corridors, and you didn't quite hear him approaching.
Can I feel like I'm rules lawyering here, so you can just tell me to shut up. He still couldn't see Sir Arthur, so how does he know?
He could. So Arthur wasn't fully. I suppose he was round, but also, does it say a creature you can see?
Well, it doesn't say anything about it. Just
no, it says you can direct the vine to lash out at a creature within 30 feet. Oh,
Yeah.
that I can see. So I can see him. So I actually my initial.
I'm gonna say let's leave it for now.
Okay.
From where he was in the map, I thought I could see him because
it's hard because of the map that I've made. So I'm gonna say let's leave it for now.
Okay. Tenebris just shouts out, just be like, "You should be on my side, little one, not the one of the racist cult." Tanabori understood.
Tanabori may have understood, but right now you need to be stopped.
Okay. As we come to the golem keeps crashing forwards. Ash is going to actually dive to the side a little bit, otherwise pushed forwards into the tunnel. As the golem just starts ripping and shredding and pulling away at the bits of the wall, floor, and ceiling, trying to clear more of the infection. As we come up to Sir Arthur, who can only dodge or move.
I think so. Is he still held in the vine, or is he did he fall
No,
out?
the vine lets go, but until I break concentration.
Yeah, you can just lash out at the same creature if you want to,
or a new creature,
or another creature, but you can keep lashed to them. But yeah, it's just a pull. Yeah, he is going to stand up, take the dodge action. They will sort of look down and say, "You ready for this? We might have to kill him."
As long as we do it quickly, I may have a solution for that.
Okay. If he will just say okay. After which Ash. So How long? Your wall of fire. You not. You haven't taken damage or anything, have you? So you've not stopped.
Every time I took damage in the last game, I did concentration.
Is mirror image concentration?
No.
Okay, perfect. So the wall of fire is still going. So Ash is going to move back, sort of giving a bit of space, and they are going to take hold their action to shoot if they see any goo movement down the corridor. Sort of covering that end of it, Lenny. They're sort of staying up at the front end, but they're covering to see if it's trying to escape out this way.
Yeah.
As we come round to top of the round, Ichi.
You know it. You love it. It's a good thing he doesn't have asthma like I do.
Yeah, you are almost there.
So 10, 30, 50, 70,
I feel so sorry for Ichi.
Just
80.
running. Just running.
To be honest,
What
as
a-
well,
is-
I didn't expect you to stop running so soon.
I mean, I was trying to see, say, like, what was kind of like a good shout. I think because after I realised, or at least when I realised there wasn't two of them, it was just like, I think I could take one. Now, obviously, I wasn't banking on, like, he wasn't banking on Volu to appear up. So he was just like, well, now he's going to do some decision-ins.
Okay.
I can just imagine a flower on Ichi's head turning into like a red baseball cap.
Run, Forrest, run! Must.
Because he's a
Get.
forest.
Must. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay, Lenny. No movement as in the last 6 seconds. No signs, no black spots.
Okay.
However, there's definitely still some level of energy being pulled from this. There's almost, as you're looking, the pulsing that's going down the tunnel is coming from the sphere container that is housing the power cell. And also, as you look past
I was going to say what's down the other side.
all of this is even thicker, even stronger, webbed up stuff, and it stops in darkness there. Even with your dark vision, it's almost like magical darkness as opposed to.
I think, though, now that I know the golem is behind me and is starting to clear some of the stuff back, I think I'm going to try and float back down the corridor. And I'm going to double move to try and get into the main room if I can.
Yeah, so it would only be half speed. So the first 10 would cost you like 20.
So hang on. So I'm still being stuck with the stuff.
It's not that you're being stuck. It's that the denseness of how all the webs and all the corruption that's down here is still here. The walls are still corrupted. None of that receded. There's still bits dripping from the ceiling. That's sort of what's causing the half.
It's like walking through a jungle.
Can I? That's fine. Okay.
But that's only this. That's only this initial 10 foot. It's like this. And then it would cost 20, and then 10. So your full 30 would take you 20 feet.
Right. Okay. And then another 30. I'm gonna just put myself there, so I'm.
And then
sort
you
of
can just
alongside.
go. And then you can just go a normal.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I could get to maybe here. Sort of just.
Yeah. Because after then it's just normal moves. So you'd be able to push. You'd be almost coming out of the thing and seeing Ash. You can see that you can't see the fire as such, but you can see the orange from the fire to say it's still raging over that side.
Okay. So.
Ash will sort of say, "What do you want to do?"
I'm gonna say I don't have anything that can. I don't have anything that can damage that wall of fire or can even protect me to get through it. So until that wall drops, I don't know how I can help. Obviously we could
Maybe
stay
we
and we
just
could
get ready
help.
to go as soon as it drops.
Yeah, I mean we could help the golem, but I think the damage he's doing
It's-
is probably way more than anything we could do.
Every time we've tried to affect this with a normal weapon, it hasn't been effective.
I know what I do want to do, Liam. Can I?
Mhm.
I think we should go back to the big door, and I think we should relock it.
Okay, valid. So I'm gonna obviously you can't got no more movement this turn.
No,
But
no,
we'll do
that's me
and
done
what I'll
this
do is
turn.
no worries.
But no, I
Definitely
mean,
a good shout.
and see what Ash thinks. But we didn't lock it properly when we came out. It hadn't really got any magic,
No,
but
and
maybe
as
there's
you, as
something we
as
can
you
do.
as you say that, I could at least do one of the lot.
Maybe I could try and use my loft
But
somehow
yes,
to do something. Yeah. I would
they're
feel
not, and that
safer.
they will. Yeah, no, it is a good shout to not forget about, and again, I think that's like you can be paranoid without it being like,
I'm
just
just like,
thinking of all the things that could go wrong is
yeah.
still being a little paranoid
It,
without it.
if Dante gets out of here, Tenebris, and if we
Or
don't
even if
make it,
Tenebris gets back behind you or whatever.
yeah, I'm not sure that we should leave that door open.
It is honestly a great shout. And as we come to Tenebris's turn. Yeah, so I thought I'd done it again with Arthur where I didn't do anything, but it's because he was dazed. It's not because I forgot him.
Right, yeah.
Tenebris.
Are those vines? What do they do to the terrain? Do they change anything, or are they just?
Doesn't seem to affect the terrain at all. It's a singular vine that sprouted from the ground, whipped around Arthur, and pulled him.
So now I moved, didn't I, away from him? No, I didn't. I stayed there.
No, you stay next to him, so
So
he's 20
so he's
foot from
20
you.
feet from me. I can see he's kind of getting into a defensive stance.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to fight, do you? I do have that. So, okay. Not particularly fond of this idea. 20 foot forward to get up next to Sir Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is Voli from here?
Savolu threw his thing forwards 20
feet.
foot, so he's another. He'd be 30 foot behind. No, 20 foot. Another 20 foot. Yeah.
Another 20 foot. Cool. Okay. I'm going to move 20 foot next to Voli. But I want to position myself so I'm not flanked.
Yeah, you sort of.
So like either
in
against the
between
wall,
them,
whatever it
yeah.
is just that. So just for the sake of.
So you're in between the two right now. I'll move you.
Somewhere around like just bash it around somewhere. As he's coming round, he's like seeing Sir Arthur kind of just taking in deep breaths. Dante, all 4 or 5 images of him. 4 images, is it?
It's 5 in total.
Okay, walk around him with sword in hand, and then just point it out to him. I'm trying to save your land as well as mine. But it's interesting to know that you're willing to kill. I like that. So am I. And he's going to go for its attacks on Volu.
Excuse me?
Someone who's got really long range, as you said.
The logic's there, the strategy's there. Still, excuse me? Our little boy? Our little guy? That's a 20.
That's a 20.
Oh.
And I can't do anything about it.
I wasn't expecting that.
They still have fire resistance.
Good, but yeah.
So that's 10 to 20 to 14. Sorry, 10. Is it just the dice that doubles? It's not
Just dice double.
Yeah, okay. So that's 10. So 24 points of slashing damage. You now have disadvantage on all of your attacks for your next round, and your speed is dropped by 10, just for the lulz. And and that is 1 point of fire damage, doubled and then halved. So 1 point of fire damage.
Wait. So what's this?
Give me like 26 slashing. Was it 24 slashing?
24
slashing. 1 point of fire. Which, because it was 2 points, but you've got resistance, and then it's
D100.
D100. That is 83.
You have damaged his armor, and he's got -1 to his AC. And
Perfect.
it says until he can mend it, so effectively it's until the next short rest.
Permanent.
Okay.
And now he takes his second attack.
Still on Bolu.
You can do that without smiling, Chris.
I'm not smiling at this. I'm genuinely, I'm really, I feel a little bit sick doing this right now.
I was going to say, how are you going to feel if you kill him?
I was messaging Liam, thought I might have killed you with the battery thing. 23 to hit. So there we
Definitely gonna hit. Unless you've got anything to stop a 23, Paul. And you almost see, again, there is almost like a frozen of like, Arthur was ready for you to come at him and rush him, and then you just pass him, and he's just like turning too slow as you just down onto Volu.
19, not 19, sorry.
Also, Paul, I messaged you. Sure.
TPK.
13 points of normal damage.
Where did you message me?
What's that?
13 points of normal damage, 6 fire, half to 3.
So 16 in total.
So that was 16 points altogether, and that second go, and 25 on the first
25
go.
on the first one, so that is
41,
41.
I think, altogether.
But you'd already done the 25, hadn't you? You'd already knocked that off.
Yeah.
This is total this round.
Yeah.
Yeah. And think, just for the hell of it, just gonna push you, like do the horse push, just to try to make you prone.
Okay, so Paul, the strength save. You do get the bone. Oh no, you're 20 foot from Sorata, so you're not within his 10 foot for the bonus to your save. Sorry.
Well, hang on, just
so sorry. A strength saving throw from Volu as Tenebrae.
And is that a disadvantage or?
No, it's only attacks at disadvantage with the crit sword hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 5.
Oh, mate. You're pushed to the floor. Stand like still within like 5 feet of me.
Okay.
Just pushed to the floor.
So Paul, what does it look like as you've been struck twice, and then it's almost like a force push as you've just been like thrown back 3 or 4 feet, rolling over.
So the first hit kind of makes me recoil. I kind of grasp my
Oh,
coat.
2 concentration saves. Sorry.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
You don't need to worry about concentration saves.
Oh no.
Your first hit hits me and it slashes all the way down my left arm. I kind of recoil and grab my coat to try and withhold the blood from splurting everywhere. And then as you push to the floor, I kind of whisk the cloak over me and I fall into what looks like a pile of leaves. And I am down.
Shit.
And as that happens, that is where we will call the end of this week's episode.
Oh.
Thank you very much for playing. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying the story so far and you want to see what happens from Tenebris to Volu and everyone in between, thank you very much. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when videos are coming out. And as always,